So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So in this video I'm going to talk about how you can model that kind of wooden rolling cart in Blender. So without any further delay, now let's get started tutorial. And here you can see guys, this is our final render, and if I'm just going to show my 3D model, so here you can see this is our model. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna talk about each and everything, how you can model this and how you can texture with the help of the Blender Kit add-on. That is the free add-on of the Blender now, and it's also become a default add-on of Blender. If you have a latest version of Blender 2.92, so you will already get this add-on. If you want to enable this add-on, so you have to just go to your edit preference, and here you have to just search the Blender Kit. Here you can see, if I'm just gonna search the Blender Kit, so here you can see we have a 3D view Blender Kit online asset library. So this is totally online asset library. So if you want to use this add-on, so you need internet connection in your laptop and your PC as well, because if you don't have internet, so you can't access this. This is the big drawback as well. But and in this add-on there are lots of free models, lots of free textures, and lots of free brushes as well. So after watching this video, make sure you check out this add-on as well. Okay, so now let's start the tutorial. So first of all, I just want to delete everything, and I will just start a new file. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna delete it, this whole scenario, like first of all. Then I'm just gonna my top view, and then I'm just gonna add one plane pressing the shift A. Okay, and I will just use the reference image which is I have already rendered. So I'm just gonna use this render image. You can see we have that render image basically. Okay, so first of all we'll just make this top part. So for that I'm just gonna scale this plane little bit, something like that, and I will just switch my solid mode so you can easily see what's going on here, and I will just little scale as well. Okay, then after that I will just apply the scale, and then I'm just gonna edit mode of this plane, and I'm just gonna press the I for the insert. Okay, and after that I will just gonna delete this face, something like that, and then I'm just gonna select the all faces, and then I'm just gonna extrude it, something like that, and that's it. Okay, so after that I will just exit the edit mode. Then I'm just gonna add one more plane, and same thing I will do here. I will just scale this plane something like that. Okay, and after that I will just apply the scale, and then I will just go to my edit mode, and here I will just add some loop cuts. So here I will just add 12 loop cuts right now, something like that, and then I will just do bevel these edges pressing the Control B, something like that. Okay, yeah, so I think that's look fine to me. Okay, and then I'm just gonna press the 3 for the face mode, and I will just delete these faces. So here you can see, you will see that kind of effect here, and I'm just gonna edit mode of this plane, and then I'm just gonna extrude it, something like that. So here you can see now we have a good thickness as well, and then I will just gonna shift little bit down. So here you can see now it will look something like that. Okay, and after that what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna duplicate this, because in the bottom we have same shape here. So I'm just gonna press the shift D, and this I'm just gonna duplicate and keep it here, something like that. Okay, so after that I will just create that shape, basically this shape I'm gonna make it. So I'm just gonna my front view, and here I will just add one cube, and I'm just gonna scale it, something like that. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna keep it here, and I will scale as well, something like that. Yeah, I think that much height is look fine to me right now. Okay, I think that's look fine, and I think we should little drag down this shape. Okay, now that's look fine to me. Okay, now I'm just gonna rotate this, something like that. Here you can see, yeah, I think that much rotation is look fine to me. Yeah, that's 50 basically. Okay, and then I'm just gonna change my transformation orientation as a local orientation, and I'm just gonna scale it. Yeah, first of all I should move it here to here. Yeah, that's something like that, and then I'm just gonna scale it as well. I think that's look fine. Yeah, okay, and I will just keep it here, and I'm just gonna scale it, something like that. Yeah, and after complete your modeling, make sure you apply the scale. Yeah, I think that's look fine. Then after that I will create that shape as well. So I'm just gonna duplicate this, pressing the shift D, then I'm just gonna rotate it. So I will just rotate it, something like that, and right now I'm just gonna rotate it. Yeah, I think that much rotation is look fine to me. Okay, and I'm just gonna scale this little bit, something like that, and I'm just gonna move it a little bit upside, something like that. Okay, and I think we need little scale down also. I think yeah, that's look fine. Okay, so that's look great. And what we have to do, we have to do little rotation as well. So I'm just gonna rotate it something like that, and then I'm just gonna scale it something like that. I think now that's look fine. So I think we should move little bit forward, something like that. Yeah, that's look fine. Okay, and we'll just change the orientation and we'll just move it here to here. I think now that's look fine to me. Okay, yeah. So after that, what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna use the mirror modifier. So we'll just get this same shape the other side as well. So I will just select this object and go to my modify section. Here I will just add the one mirror modifier, and I will just select this mirroring object, this one, and I will just change the axis to y axis. So here you can see it will automatically gonna mirror it. And same thing, I'm just add the same mirror modifier into this. Right now I will change the axis before. Yeah, so here you can see now we have a same kind of shape here as well. Okay, so now we'll just create a tire. So for creating the tire, what I'm gonna do, I'm just add the one circle here, and then I'm just gonna change the align as a view. So it's gonna automatically turn it something like that, and I'm just gonna scale it something like that. Okay, then I'm just gonna keep it here. Yeah, I think that's look fine. And I will just move from here to here, and I will just keep it here. Okay, so that's look fine to me. I think I should little down. Yeah, I think that's look fine. Okay, then I'm just gonna edit mode of this circle. I will just select the edges pressing the 2. I'm just gonna extrude these edges pressing the E, and then I'm just gonna scale it something like that. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna select my all faces of these circle, and then I'm just gonna extrude it something like that. So I think that much extrusion it looked fine to me right now. Yeah, I think we should little down. I think that must look fine to me. Okay, I think we should move little bit here to here. Okay, then I'm just gonna move my again front view, and I will just go to edit mode of this circle, and then I'm just gonna duplicate it pressing the shift D, and I'm just gonna scale it something like that here to here. And then I'm just gonna select my middle faces, and I'm just gonna delete these faces pressing the delete. Okay, and then I'm just gonna select these edges, and I will just press the F for the fill. So here you can see now we have a big circle here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna create that kind of shape here. So for that I will just change my origin as an individual origin, and I will just change the axis local to global. And so after that I'm just gonna extrude little outside, then I'm just gonna scale it, and after that I'm just gonna again press the E, and right now I'm just gonna do extrude little inside, and I'm just gonna scale it something like that. Okay, then I'm just gonna E, and right now I'm just gonna extrude outside, and I'm just gonna scale it something like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use bevel modifier and create that kind of shape here. Okay, and we'll also add the bevel modifier into this edge as well. So here you can see if I'm just gonna bevel it, yeah, so something like that. So now here you can see we have that kind of shape here, and that's look fine to me. I will just do shade smooth, and I will just go to my object data property, and here I'm just gonna do add smooth. So we'll get that kind of shape here. So now I'm just gonna create these part basically. Okay, so for creating this part I'm just gonna edit mode of this circle, and I will just go to my face selection mode, and I will just select some alternate faces from here to here. Yeah, something like that. I think that's look fine to me. And then I'm just gonna press the E, and here I'm just gonna extrude it something like that. And make sure you just select the from here the origin point as an individual origin, otherwise you can't do something like that. Okay, and now you have to just select the whole faces pressing the L, and you have to do little move inside something like that. Okay, so now that's look fine to me. So now I will just use the mirror modifier to creating the other side of tire as well. So I'm just gonna use the mirror modifier something like that. I will just change the axis X to Y, and I will select this part. So here you can see we have a other side tire as well. Then I'm just gonna select this tire and gonna do edit mode of this tire, and make sure just enable the clipping, and then I'm just gonna extrude it, and I'm just gonna join these area to something like that. So now we have that kind of supporting wooden part as well. So now that's look fine to me. Now we have to do one more thing. We have to just maintain the same distance of the tire and that wooden part as well. So for that I will just take one cube and take one plane basically, and I'm just gonna edit mode of this plane. I'm gonna extrude it a little bit, and then I'm just gonna scale it, so we can just measure the exact balance of this tire and that wooden part. So I'm just gonna keep it here, and then I'm just gonna edit mode of this cube, and I will just change the origin as a local global to local, and I will select this part, and then I'm just gonna front view, and then gonna move it something like that. Now that look fine. So now we have a perfect dimension of this tire and that wooden part as well. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna create the hole here. Okay, so for creating the hole I will just go to edit mode of this cube, and just gonna add the one edge loop here and one edge loop here as well. Okay, something like that, and then I'm just gonna enable my X-ray view, and I will just select these edges. Then I'm just gonna press the G twice and gonna do edge slide, something like that. Okay, and same thing we'll do with them as well. Press the G twice and something like that. So after that I'm just gonna select this part pressing the shift H, and gonna delete these faces pressing the delete, and then I'm just gonna fill these area pressing the F, and this one as well pressing the F, and then I'm just gonna unhide everything. And after that I'm just gonna front view, and here I'm just gonna edit mode of this part, and here I will just select the all side of these vertices and gonna move little bit something like that, and same thing I will just gonna insert these parts something like that. Okay, so now that's look fine to me. Okay, so here you can see our modeling part is done. We have to just create only that thing as well. Okay, so for creating that thing, what we have to do, we have to just go to edit mode of this cube, and here I'm just gonna front view. First of all I'm gonna little bit move something like that, then I'm just gonna extrude it pressing the E, something like that. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna select this face, and first of all make sure you enable the clipping, because if you're not gonna enable this clipping, so what's going on basically, so that mesh gonna intersect with each other. Here you can see, so if you want to restrict this mesh in center of this part, so you have to just enable the clipping, then you have to just press the E and something like that. So here you can see now it's not gonna be on this center line. Okay, so our modeling part is done. So now what I'm gonna do, I think we should do little move this part little bit more, yeah, something like that. Okay, so now that's look fine to me. So I think we miss one thing, we need to create these nut part as well. So for creating the nut part, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add the one UV sphere. Okay, so I'm just gonna rotate it here to here, something like that. Okay, exact 90 degree, and I'm just gonna scale it, and this I'm just gonna keep it here to here. Okay, so first of all what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna keep it here to here, I'm gonna scale it something like that, and after that I'm just gonna scale this part something like that. Okay, and I'm just gonna spare this part little bit something like that. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, and after that make sure you apply scale on it, and make sure you add the shade smooth as well. Then I'm just gonna copy this pressing the shift D, and I will keep it here, I will keep it here, and I will just keep it here as well, and I will just keep it here as well. Okay, after that I'm just gonna select all these nuts. Okay, something like that, and then I'm just gonna press the Ctrl J for the join the mesh, and then I'm just gonna add the mirror modifiers into these parts, and I will just use the mirror object as this middle part, and I will just change the axis. So now here you can see we have a nut here basically. Here you can see. Okay, so now we have a mirror nut here. Okay, so now here you can see we have a mirror nut here as well. So our modeling part is done now. So now I'm just gonna move my solid mode to material preview, and here I will just search the wood material in my Blender Kit add-on. Here you can see, so now we have a lots of wooden material here, so you can use it any kind of wooden material. So I'm just gonna search it, and okay, so I think I like this material, and I think we have to search more. Okay, so I like this one basically. So okay, so if you want to apply the material from the Blender Kit, so you have to just select that object where you want to add the material, and after that you have to just select the left click and you will get the material into your selected object, something like that. Here you can see. So now we have a material into this part as well. So now I'm just gonna hide this material for a while. So now we want the same material into our all parts, so I'm just gonna select my rest of these part where we want the same wooden material, and after that I'm just gonna select that part where we have already add the material. Okay, at the last we have to select this part. Then I'm just gonna press the Ctrl L and I will just do make link as a material, so we'll just get the same wooden material into our other part as also. Okay, so now here you can see our texture is not look good. There is a little stretchness into our texture. So if you want to rid of this problem, so what you have to do, you have to just select your object and you have to just go to edit mode of your object. Then you have to just press the A, select the all faces, then you have to press the U, and here you have to just do the smart UV projection. So after that you will see something like that. You have to just go to your UV reading section, and here you have to just select your all UVs, and then you have to just do little scale, something like that. So now here you can see you will get the perfect UVs here. So you have to repeat the same process with the other part as well. So I'm just gonna skip this process. You have to just do same thing with the other part as well. Okay, so here you can see guys, our UV reading part is done. Now here you can see that material looks nice to me. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add the material into our nut part. So here you can see we have these nuts here. So I will just search the metal. So now here you can see we have a lots of metal material here. So from here you can use any kind of metal. So right now I'm just gonna use the which one I should use, by the way. So I think we can use it any, yeah, so I think that's look fine to me right now. So I'm just gonna select this object, and here I'm just gonna right click, and here you can see after that we'll just get the material into our these object as well. So here you can see it took little time. Yeah, here you can see now. So now here you can see we have a material into our bolt part as well. So one thing we have to do also, we have to just add the bevel modifier into our model. So here you can see I'm just gonna decrease little amount, something like that. So I think I should keep it 1 and increase the number of segments. I think that's look fine. Okay, and we'll add the same bevel modifier into our other object as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip this process. After adding the bevel, I'm just gonna add the one plane into our scene, something like that, and I'm just gonna keep it here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and I will just add one material into our scene, something like that, and I will just set one camera view, and I'm just gonna scale this. Yeah, I think that's look fine to me. And after that I will just add one SDR into our scene, and here you can see that will look something like that, and I will just hit the F12 and you will see, so you will see something like that. That's how you can model that kind of wooden rolling cart in Blender. So thanks for watching this video guys. If you learned something in this video, please hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe my channel. Also if you have any queries, if you have any suggestion, please let me know in the comment box. I will definitely reply comment. So bye bye, take care and stay home guys.